Hello guys, Sazonan here. This is the Daily Grind and this is DC Legends. I decided since I keep reading this on the Reddit forums, I keep reading whining about people running into unbeatable opponents in the Raid Arena and that siege is too hard. Um, well, tell you what, I do have several um, low level accounts, so to speak. I have another account that is level 63 or 64 that I haven't played in around a year and a half. And there is this account, in fact, there is another account that I don't even remember the password to, that forced me to use this one, Test Newbie 2018. I started this account on November last year because people were still uh, complaining that getting materials is too hard, that newbies have it rough, and stuff like that. And that's simply not the case. Let me show you. For example, this account I haven't played in around 3 or 4 months. No, there's February, almost 2 months. I even got salt, and and I have some shards for some of the other guys. Um, when I logged in, I found out that I even got some 50 shards for Beast Boy. So there's that. And when you stop playing for a long time and you come back into the game, you get this welcome back package for free, basically. Well, you get it for free. It's not a lot, it's just 100,000 essence, 1,000 gems, some speed energy, and whatever, but it's 100 energy. So you can, if you time it right, you get this stuff. Now, just to show you that I haven't used this account in a long time, I have none of the rework mails. And not only that, now that I noticed, I didn't get, and there is just no way to not get those. I should have at least a legendary 2 Satana. If you have been playing for, let's say, 6 months or even a year, you should have at least a legendary 2 Satana. And why? Because recently, before they introduced the raids, they were giving away Satana shards, and they were like 200 or something like that. They also gave away chemo shards. Where's chemo? Oh, here he is. So I should have him at least rank 5 or legendary 1 at the very least. And as you can notice, there's a lot of stuff that I don't have because I haven't been using this account to actually play. In fact, I missed the Clayface stuff. I don't even have Clayface on this account. And, well, when I started this account, I think it was Donna Troy month, and I only caught like the last 3 days of her event, and I only had like 2 days, maybe a week, to prepare for the General South event, and I didn't do this completely, but I could have gotten away with a legendary 2 General South for free on 2 weeks, or well, my first month as a newbie. And as you can see, I have him legendary 1 in gear 8, and I don't have my characters higher because I am not playing this account. And well, um, if you subtract 1,000 gems that I got from my welcome back package, still I had almost 6,000 gems saved up, and I have over 8 million essence saved up. This account has been played for maybe 2 months total. So it's middle of the night, so I'm going to go check how I perform at the siege, because this account has never participated in siege, and I'm oh my oh my god. Oh, I cannot believe this. This is for free. And I mean that in the fighting community lingo, this thing is free for me. In fact, I'm gonna buy energy. So I have a couple guys. I don't even remember. Well, this one, Constantine, is for something else. Like, who are my heavy hitters? Well, I will have to gear up Constantine and all these guys to score high. Um, so, yeah, these are for the alliance stuff. So no, I want to go with my heavy hitters. Like this. And if you're curious, my team is Gear 8. Full Gear 7 with some pieces of Gear 8. And it's not higher because I haven't played a lot. And it's not higher because I was just checking just what's the minimum before you start getting real challenges on PvP, and some pieces of Gear 8 still makes it way too easy. Uh, there are newbie tutorials from me to tackle node 4 of every material event, and you only have to use um, your free characters. Nothing bought from the store, not using gold, just using what you naturally get when you play normally. Oh, well, that's how did he get the legendary Clayface that it's invulnerable criticals? Because I just critted on him and punk him. Yeah, this is way too easy. I already commented on this when I first started uploading videos of a newbie account. When you are gear 8 and below, th- there's practically no way to one-shot any enemy, and there is no way unless you're hilariously underpowered, or the opponent is overpowering you very very heavily. there's just no way to lose. You can just rely on affinity advantages and focus fire on a single opponent every time, and you will be able to win. Legendary doesn't really mean a thing at this low level, like this. I could start doing stuff here and there, like, oh, I'm going to stone this girl. But there is just no danger at all of getting a stray one shot from anybody here. You can just play normally, very casually. Just everybody hit the same guy and we're going to win. Of course, that's as long as you have a gear advantage over the opponent. They could have a legendary 5 or a rebirth 1 character, but if you manage to have gear over them, then you're always going to win at this level. Like, look. Well, I'm just going to bring Satana here because it's green versus blues, and I want to have as many blues as possible on my side. Oh my god. Didn't even take the auto-taunt for Power Girl. So, yeah, it's basically free. I mean, come on. Please. And there you go. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get eaten by people in the battle log. Eventually, I mean. So, right now I'm not even ranking. Yeah, I'm not even ranking yet. Here. Well, that was Siege. Well, I don't know. I have several Gear 8 characters and very few, if any. I can shoot myself in the foot again and bring somebody up, like, for example, Jordan. Yeah, I haven't been farming stuff. Okay, well, he has to stay level 40 because that's what I have my tomb sparked at. Like, there's really no point bringing some of these guys up. And this is really what the newbie account. Oh god, this fucking game. It got confused. Now it has to download all the portraits again because it got confused. Well, now we have a second leader. So, well, I have no rings whatsoever. And yeah, this is just a matter of time before I get legendary Hal Jordan. Yeah. So thinking about rebirth with these guys, it's just a pipe dream. Yeah. So what do I do? Normal arena? Normal arena is also way too easy. Well, this was actually, I remember now. Uh, Top 5K. This was a top 5K board like 3 months ago. So, right. 2000 and something. This is more or less level. So I have to think about affinity here. Well, there's no use wasting turns with Bane. He's not legendary yet. He doesn't have any of the cool stuff, but I can enable him somewhat. With something. Like, he doesn't get the cool stuff, but he can still stun, and he can kill several blues. And this is how you play at this level. You go one by one. You have to take affinity into consideration. Legendary status doesn't really mean anything at this level. It helps. It helps with team composition if you have some legendary characters. But here's the thing: once I reach top 1500, or maybe starting from top 5K now, I'm gonna run into gear 9 and gear 10 guys, because there is just not enough room for under-geared players. But still, I can get so many shards. How's this? Yes, like this. And even team affinity is just a minor nuisance. That guy has no gear on his characters. Because I shouldn't be able to one-shot people no matter what. he's gonna get soon. But look, this is just too easy. Push. And of course now I'm at the bottom of the barrel again. That's 80, 14, 16 points. How weird. So weird. So this refresh is probably gonna bring me a ton of bots. Oh, so I don't get bots anymore. Well, not as many. Because I have legendary characters now. So what should be unplayable for me? Maybe this one. Yeah, ooh, wow, look. Legendary characters. In fact, let's go check what he has. Price yet Gear 5, Gear 3, Gear 3, and Gear 5. Easy peasy. Like, if you go by power alone, oh, he has a lot of power over me. Well, you know what? In reality, I have them by the balls because all of my characters have at least Gear 7. I mean, all my characters that I'm using for PvP, each one of these guys has at least Gear 7 stuff, so that pretty much guarantees that I'm going to do a ton of damage and I'm going to take very little damage, no matter if I have the affinity disadvantage. Why? Because this is what you gear up for. It takes some time because at this level, at this point in the game, you don't have those one-shots that you're used to from higher level characters. So yeah, he has a very minimal advantage in that his skills have an extra something they do. But I don't care. I don't mind. I mean, they could be legendary 5s, but he's using a Gear 3 character. So, what are you gonna do, Clayface? You're gonna do that. Like a punk. There you go. Remember, my only legendary one character is Self. All the others are rank 3, rank 4, and my rank 5s I'm not using anything anyways. So, okay, this one, well, these two could be difficult. Um, a single legendary one and he's probably only legendary because they've been giving away Satana shards. So Mr. Freeze, Bane, Deadshot. Yeah. The characters you have to stick to when you are a newbie are these because, well, that's what you're actually able to get or to farm. Why so low? Why just a legendary one, Mr. Freeze? Level 51. Why? Now, this is what I don't. Oh God, this is what I don't understand, guys. Why do you level up to 50 if you cannot take your gear to 5 at least? You're just throwing away gear levels. I mean, remember, you can equip gear 8 at level 40. If you have level 40 characters and you don't have gear 8, you're just throwing away materials. Even though it is very cheap to level up to 40, look, I'm gonna trash this guy just to teach him a lesson. And you know what the funny you know what the funny part is? He cannot revenge me back. Well, I mean, technically he can, but he won't be able to defeat me. Because for him, it is going to be an uphill battle. Go away. Focus fire. Boom. Because just from gear alone, all of my characters are faster. They have better resistance, they have better affinity, they have more defense, they have more HP. Let those guys be. Ah, no, what will I do? I'm gonna keep playing. I mean, I don't remember if I've done this before with this account, recording and uploading low-level PvP. I know I have shown low-level events. I know I have. And this one is going to be even easier. And there is one reason for that. This is very, very boring. This is pretty much pointless. I mean, perhaps the only attractive part about doing this is that Well, they are not legendary characters. And I'm not playing this on auto because the computer loses a ton of time buffing up, healing, full health, and stuff like that that you can't afford to do at this level. And that's another thing. When you are low level, when you are low gear, you are able to farm more shards more easily. Okay, let's see what Ray Nation has equipped. Oh, over 3k. Gear 4, Gear 5, level 49. 46 with Gear 10 and Gear 2. 53 just to prove a point. That's intelligence 886 plus 90, that's 976. HP is 8600, 8700, and speed 64. Write that down. But we are going to use just the speed one. That's this guy. 64 speed on his Satana. And 87 no 8700 HP, and I'm 10 levels below, but my speed is 74, 10 more points. I'm always going to go first. And intelligence, instead of 900 and something, I have 1050, rounding up. In HP, I'm below, but that doesn't matter because since I have more intelligence, I take less damage from special damage. And well, I don't know about the defense, but this one still it's 8650, so he only has like 50 more HP points, even though he is 14 levels above. You see, I'm playing with every advantage, even though he has a legendary Satana, and mine is just a humble rank 4 Satana. And he has more power nominally. That means just the numbers, he has more numbers, but my secret numbers, the numbers that you can see on this screen, are better. And that counts. That counts for a lot. This is just empirical evidence for you guys to see. I just don't want this girl to taunt because I don't have a good AoE attack that is consistent. That you shouldn't be afraid. You should never be afraid of legendary characters or people having higher legendary characters than yours, or even higher power. What you have to check is that you have better gear, or at least comparable gear. Like if he has 4 pieces of gear 5 and you only have 2 pieces of gear 5, maybe the ones you have are more beneficial to your character. So this is seldom the case, but it can be that way. And you still, he has way more power than me. Not a lot of power, of course. There are a ton of legendary levels above my characters. And still, I'm gonna be safe until I start showing up. And perhaps I don't have battle log yet. Yeah. Oh, 43 days ago was my last loss, and I lost versus a level 47 account that had less power, but he probably had full affinity over me. This is off. But I'm gonna go check because this looks mighty suspicious. Maybe I was running a heavy red composition, but I find that very unlikely. Yes, doesn't make any sense. Yeah, yeah, this guy is cheating hard. Why did you guys do that? This game is super easy to play, and it's not hard to do well in it. I have been told several times that maybe it's because I have the know-how. Uh, Debatable. No, this game is just too easy to play. That's good. That's not bad, I mean. But if you have been playing this for maybe 3 months and you can't get out, like, let me check. Well, now this is more complicated, yeah. Now this would be difficult because that's level 7 gear, level 8 gear, level 8 gear, level 8 gear. Yeah, this is bad for me. Yeah, this guy just wasted 1000 gems to have the original. You have the original uniform. This is legendary 1, legendary 1. And this guy just probably bought his shards because uh, I mean, how do you get a legendary 1 Wonder Girl Cassie and you are not able to bring Donna Troy to legendary 2 when you can get a free legendary 2 from the monthly event with just rank 4 characters and rank 2 characters? As long as you have them geared up, you can even get a free legendary 3 on your first month if you are really, really set in your ways. You can get a free legendary 3 character because you only need to get to the 6th boss node, and you can do that with level 8 characters, well, with level 8 gear characters. um, Justice League Rebirth. Let's check the Primeridion. Again, this is consistent. Yes, level 7 with a legendary 3 Superman. Right, legendary 1 sword. And what did you take? Uh, that, dude, that was a waste of an upgrade. Uh, if you can if you can only take one upgrade for General Sword, it has to be his can't miss upgrade. I think it's one of his first passive, I think. If not, you are doing it wrong. Then I don't recommend that you do this. I just want to see why I lost. Because maybe Uh, Maybe I had another composition that was way easier to deal with. This, that's all. Well, yeah, because my theme on defense is not going to focus fire on a single character from the enemy team, and boy, that Superman is really taking a beating. I can totally buy this. I mean, that's several levels and ranks over my characters. I will have to match levels, so this was more fair. Yeah, but the first one, the first team that I showed you, that I revenged and defeated, that guy is cheating. So, for example, let's check this one. Yeah, 12,000. So, let's see. This is a legendary 3 General Sod, and legendary 2 Donna Troy. Makes no sense, but whatever. Bane. And is this legendary? No. So this is very, very weird. So let's go check this out. Because you see, a same gear team that defeats you is suspected. That's normal because things can go both ways. When you're facing a character, a team that has similar gear to yours, and the only difference is legendary levels or ranks, that's more believable, so to speak. It's expected that a similar gear composition to yours doesn't have any inherent advantage or disadvantage, so it's down to the actual team composition. But when a guy brings gear 3 characters, and completely beats the crap out of your gear 8 characters, that's fishy. Because look, the other guy just cannot do enough damage and cannot stand the hits from your team. So them defeating you is highly suspect. Example, this Super Geo mode guy. Well, this is level 8, level 7 gear, level 6 gear, and yeah, it's a chance to turn meter down. This is believable. I will have to match legendary levels and whatnot. So of course there's that. Um, but you see, gear 4, gear 2, gear 4, gear 3, gear 3 with some 4 pieces. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Forty, 38, 34. Some of these I was just saving. Like for example this Wonder Woman. Just what? That's 29 levels. So I can even and that's using Gray Agent, 200,000 essence. And I haven't played in months, I just have stuff saved. So it's gonna take a while, but let's start doing this just because I feel like it. Now I have another level 40 character. And I have to play red alerts and whatnot, but yeah. With all the energy I got from not playing and stuff like that, I'm gonna end up, if I finish playing with this account before reset tomorrow, I'm gonna end up with at least another 800,000 essence, because that's the 30 heroics and the 50 whatever missions. That's 600,000 essence just from the rewards alone, and then doing all that grinding, it's gonna bring about 200,000. So I'm gonna have almost 9 million essence, and I turn a profit on that. Yeah, I don't get it, guys. I don't get why are you complaining that maybe in 2 or 3 days I'm gonna reach a very high level in Raid Arena. You know what? I have been playing this, and the algorithm, the matching algorithm, is designed in such a way that you're really only gonna have trouble when you reach what you call it, top 1500. That's where you start running into trouble. And if you think it's unfair that you start facing gear 10 and gear 11 characters, just keep in mind, you're not forced to face those teams. In fact, it's the opposite. Nobody is forcing you to stay low gear. You do that out of your own volition, because you have been told that you can score higher when you stay low gear and when you stay low level, and that if you park your tombs at a certain level gear composition, you get more bang for your buck, and you're actually able to save gold to buy shards so you can have high legendary characters. But then you complain that you cannot keep advancing or fighting after a certain number of fights. It's not unfair, because nothing is preventing you from gearing out, gearing up, and be able to fight at the high hierarchy level. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks that you start losing points, and then it's more expensive to reach top 100 with full gear 11 characters. But that's the game's fault, because that's the way it was programmed. So, not your fault. And just like they ruined it for us at the high gears and the high levels, because we cannot go back. If we were able to unequip the gears, believe me, everybody will go back to gear 10.5. Half gearing your character. That's what everybody will be doing if they allowed us to bring the characters back in gear. And we wouldn't even be thinking about it. So at that point, maybe you will go, oh, that's cheating. No, if they ever implement on equipping gear, then it becomes a feature, and then it's not cheating. So what PvP needs is to implement the siege rules for scoring to normal Wraith Arena. And that fixes everything, because then it's desirable to have full gear, full level characters. In Siege, that's what you need. Because in Siege, it doesn't matter. Stars only count for points, but points are fixed, so you only get like what? I think it's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because it's 12 points. So if you 1 star, you only get 3 points. If you 2 star, you get 7 points. And you have to 3 star the fights. And sometimes gear 10.5 doesn't allow you to fully 3 star depending on the composition. But if you have a nice composition, but it's only 10.5, then pretty much the hard counter will always defeat it if it's full gear. And it's super easy to do that. When you have the right counter for a composition and you have full gear over the defending composition, it's just too easy. So, well, I'm not really trying to do anything with this account right now. But I feel, for example, well, I cannot compete in the legendary one because I don't have the legendary characters required. I cannot start this. It says limited hero selection, but it shouldn't allow me. What the hell? Warner Bros. San Francisco, you are a joke. Crazy son of a bitch. Oh, you're supposed to need legendary characters to do this. Anyways, I'm gonna lose this because these guys are like gear 2 at most. Well, Satana is gear 7, I believe. Yeah, but this is gonna be a massacre. But guys, you're supposed to need legendary characters to do this side of the event. Like, what the fuck? Really? Seriously? Because you know what? I don't care about the Joker right now, especially since this account is a throwaway account and I already have legendary 3 Joker on my main. Did I actually click here? Yeah, I want to check because yeah, it allows you to play with normal characters. But for some reason I have a Superman and it won't allow. Maybe because he's not level 8. But I don't recall my Robin being above level 8. Oh, he's 25. So if I bring him up, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do squad with this because they're too low level in gear, and now I don't have time to gear them up because oh fuck. Yeah, you know, Warner Bros. San Francisco devs, your game is a joke. The game is a joke. So yeah, originally these game events, these special heroic challenges, featured a single event that gave you 550 shards, and the event itself still gives you 550 shards. But since before it was way too difficult, they decided to make this legendary side that gives you more shards. I think it's 330. And the non-legendary side of the event, where they give you the rest of the shards, which will be like 170 to make 120 to make 550, 220 to make 550. But the whole point was that it's supposed to force you, quote unquote, force you into having legendary characters. So it's not open to everybody. So what's the point of dividing the events if you're not going to enforce the conditions? Then don't call it legendary and non-legendary. Call it hard and easy. Seriously, guys, some things I don't understand for this game. Like, not at all. Well, we've had a small setback. That's all for this video. I mean, here. It happens 4 or 5 times a day. Sometimes when you're logging in, I'm really glad I caught this on video because there are people that still believe, or some people are very lucky and they never get this. And you know what? Us the old players have stopped complaining about this, because if not, we would be making threads about this 5 times a day or 10 times a day. Like, it went out of sync again. It went out of sync again. I was in red alerts and it crapped out on me, and now I lost my team. Yeah, I was doing PvP and I wasn't able to win because I suffered a small setback in my fight against injustice. Well, the fight against evil. So I had to prepare to resume the struggle. This is DC Legends in a nutshell. This is what you should expect going in. I mean, I can't even believe it. People say, don't be negative. It's not being negative. There's constructive criticism, and this is constructive criticism. They have to fix this shit because it happens all the time. It's not a perception bias. It's not a confirmation bias. I mean, I make several other videos all the time, which I have to throw out of the window because in the middle of a fight, I get an out of sync. And since this has been reported to death, it really makes no difference if I keep sending videos and I keep sending reports of the game crapping out on me. Sometimes they give you a couple hundred gold for your trouble, or they reimburse you some energy or something like that. That's cool and all that. I would like this game to be fixed because it has potential. That's something that people still hasn't understood. I want this game to succeed because I enjoy the game. But the fact that I enjoy the game doesn't prevent me and doesn't preclude me from pointing out that it has limitations and that it has trouble and that it has several things that are not working properly. We need a better graphical user interface because it's dated. It was old when it came out. It was, I get it that it's minimalistic. You could call it that. You could call it simple. You could call it economical. But one thing it's not, it's functional. And there is this. And this thing costs you bandwidth. And well, I don't know how. I don't know what to say. I mean, you just saw. And this was in the middle of the fight. I'm probably gonna get the reward, or probably I'm gonna even get the energy back. But that's not the point. I mean, this screen can happen at any time, at any point in the game. First move of the turn, last move of the turn, in the middle of the fight, in the middle of PvE, in the middle of siege. And it's a good thing that it happened with my throwaway account, because if not, this fucking cellular phone will now be in pieces. Oh, after I threw it to the wall. Because seriously, guys, this is just too much. It's been almost 3 years. 3 years, count them. 1, 2, 3. ABC. It's April again. April just started. That's May, June, July, August, September, October. We are 6 months away from the third anniversary. This fucking thing launched on November 4, I believe. And it still goes out of sync. And it still doesn't destroy the old data. I mean, that downloading content thing, which you must have seen on this video while I was playing, because it keeps downloading stuff. If they have to do that for the game to work, because it protects you from pirates and cheaters and hackers and whatnot, because I suspect that's why it keeps downloading stuff. Okay, keep it. Most of us play on Wi-Fi anyways, because this game is worthless on data plans. It's okay, keep it. But make it so that it destroys the old assets, so it doesn't balloon to 5 gigabytes after a month and a half of playing. I mean, it's the only fucking game that I have played in the last 5 years that, well, a normal game, when it gets a new update that introduces new content, either starts requiring more space for the install. That's normal. That's completely normal. What is not normal is that your standard game plan involves uninstalling the game every goddamn month because it's already 5 gigabytes and you don't want it to be 6. It starts at like 600 megabytes and you just keep playing normally every day, and sooner or later it will eat up 6 gigabytes of storage. And you don't see people complaining about this more, because we kind of are suckers for suffering, suckers for punishment. And this is the way we expect the game to work. So we have become used to it, but it shouldn't be this way. Let's be clear on that. It shouldn't be this way. We shouldn't have to erase data every time there is an update and spend the first day downloading 1 gigabyte and change of data for the game to start, because it's been 3 years and this fucking game doesn't have an option to download all needed data before you start to play. And it doesn't have a separate installer that allows you to get the game assets and the data and download it in the background while you're doing something else. No, you have to start up the engine for the game after the install and let it download everything for the launcher first, because it doesn't matter if you update the game, it always has to download like 25 or 45 megabytes to update the launcher for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why. I don't understand why. And then you have to leave it sitting there doing nothing until it downloads the graphical interface for the watchtower, and then you have to click on every menu and let it download everything because it doesn't have background downloading. And this game being so touchy as it is, if you get a call, then you have to start the download again. And if you leave it unattended for 5 or 10 minutes and you forgot to turn off the screensaver where it shuts down the screen, then well, tough luck. Because you have to start all over again because this game doesn't like not being the center of attention. Sometimes you cannot leave it gathering energy. You have to actually log out of the game while you're waiting for your energy to refresh because you cannot hot swap and play some other thing while you're waiting for your energy to fill up. Because it goes out of sync if you do that. It goes out of sync even if you don't do that. Oh, God. So, I would like to know, just to close this video, I would like to know what kind of people believes that this is good quality for a game. I don't care if you love it. I love the game too. That's because I keep playing. Sooner or later, it's gonna make me grow fed up. Last month, I didn't farm Mr. Freeze to Legendary 4 because I got fed up with the game. Like, it was too much having this incessant bugs and incessant stuff where I cannot take a call. Sometimes I cannot even get a WhatsApp message without this thing crapping out on me. And took like a week and a half break. I didn't even get enough shards for Rachel Ghoul to Legendary 2, which is the usual I do on sieges, just because I just couldn't touch this thing anymore. And it's stuff like that is driving people out because it's just not enjoyable. I mean, the game doesn't have such a deep strategy design that you actually have to build up several characters. It has a single meta with a single Counter-Strike or maybe two Counter-Strike options, and that's about it. And after a while, the developers will introduce a character that switches the meta completely and throw it on its head, and then you have to get new counters. But the strategy itself is very shallow. And believe me, guys, if this thing was not DC, nobody would be playing it. Nobody at all. I know I won't. But anyways, yeah. Sometimes you try not to be pessimistic. Sometimes you try not to be a downer. But then stuff like this happens. And then you remember why you're actually grateful that you cannot play this non-stop. Yeah, I mean, what more do you want? This is just evidence of the shortcomings that this game has. And I'm gonna click restart, and now it's going to download assets again. It does this loading config, that loading extra assets, downloading content. That's not 2.2 megabytes, that's a fucking lie. That's at least 25 megabytes that it has downloaded again. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. Nobody knows why. Nobody cares why. I mean, some guys say, chill, dude, it's just a game. Yeah, well, there are other games that don't do this and they actually work. And on top of that, are cheaper. I don't spend money in this game. Several other games I spent at least 15 or $20 depending on the price. On DC Unchained I have already spent $10 during the past year. So I have already paid for my game over there. And maybe over the next year I will spend another $10. It's like I have never called anybody to not spend. I call people out to think before spending on how much they want to spend. And I can. I just don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on video games every month. Like, maybe because I come from the arcades, a time when all you had to play with was arcades if you wanted video games. And yeah, those were a quarter, 25 cents of a dollar every time you wanted to play. But there's one difference. Back then, you needed a skill to make it through the video game. And that's something that newer ones just don't have. They're just addictive roulettes. Oh, yeah, and you know what? I'm just too tired to keep doing this today. So yes, I'll be making videos about Captain Marvel Jr. and Mary Marvel with my main account. Of course, I will. Doesn't mean, uh, before you get confused, I like the game, I enjoy the game, I would like the game to be better, but that is not going to keep me, particularly, from not acknowledging that the game has several failings and several limitations. What you cannot be is a blind fanboy that ignores the bad and praises the good. You have to be critical of the product that you are consuming for the product to be good. So I will keep being openly critical of the game when the game is not working properly. And let's leave it at that. So, uh, join me again in a couple of days. The day after tomorrow, the Joker event ends today, as you can see, in 14 hours and minutes. And then we get a day of rest before the new event begins. And these kid games this is a good month because we will be able, just to show you, uh, there was a time when you were able to just switch your account inside of the game. Now I have to log out, download 45 megabytes of data again, and then I have to sign in and download 25 or 45 megabytes of data before I can choose an account. Oh god. So for example, tomorrow, which is rest day, we are going to be able to unlock Captain Marvel Jr. And as such, if you have some mystical materials lying around, the day after tomorrow you will be able to start kid games with the Captain Marvel Jr. And I would like again to prove a point. And you just saw that on my newbie account I just don't have enough characters, or not all my characters are high gear, so to speak. But I'm going to show you that I can get, even as a newbie, without an optimal team, I will be able to get a legendary 3 character. And you can even do that on your first month playing. I've said in other videos, but if you need a reminder, and if you made it to an hour and a half video, to this part of the video, the best time to start this particular game is the week before the big event for that month. And if you cannot do that, then the week before the second week of the event, for example, starting right now, it's too late to start the game to get a legendary 3 Captain Marvel Jr. But let's suppose that you are starting today as a newbie. You will still be able to get like 100 or 120 shards of that character with just the free characters you get from farming, because you can gear up to 5 or to 6 in just 1 week. And then you farm the second event hard, and you will end up with at least a legendary 1 character or so, because you get enough shards from logging and the event to do that. But if you cannot start a full week before this event, the first event of the month, then you're better off starting normally. Don't give this event too much attention and just focus everything you have, not on finishing, but on farming whatever you can from the second event for the whole 10 days, because that's still a legendary 1 character. Well, I'm just gonna close the video because I'm kind of pissed off that this thing decided to crap on me a while ago, and I'm just mad that you are able to play with normal characters on this side. Why call it legendary and normal? Just call it hard and easy and call it a day. There's no need to keep the lies up. Why keep lying? Makes you look bad. Well, anyways, see you. See you in a couple of days, guys, for the Captain Marvel Jr. event. Oh wow, it's very late because the voice scanner is up again. The voice scanner is awesome for new players. Anything they give you is cool. Not so much when you already have a well set up account. Did did this thing just reset itself? It did. Why? I had already farmed this. Well, I'm not really complaining. This fucking game is just out of whack sometimes. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch this. Dude, I can't believe it. Really, I'm gonna stop this video right now because I just can't believe this game. Really, I don't understand what happened. What did I? Oh yes, yes. Ah, fuck. I'm I'm just very distracted. This is my other account. That's why I have 2 million. I was just worried that I had born 6 million essence on bullshit. But yeah, my fault. It's my bad. I'm stupid sometimes too. Yeah. So that's 12 missions, 15, 15, 16, 19, 19, 20. 20 heroic missions. That's what I have right now. Well, anyways, I'm closing the video right now. See you in a day and a half for the Captain Marvel event. Remember to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. I'm just at a loss of words with this thing. Seriously. See you next time.